Solo cast again. White Jesus got a stupid job somewhere. I don't like it. But solo cast it for a minute because I need to vent, and well, you guys are all gonna listen to me. So here's a song I caught on my road trip. I hadn't heard forever. Just listen to it for a second. It's really good.
Mississippi in the middle of a dry spell. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola up high.
Anyways, I don't know how that one slips off of my play all the time list because wow, that song's incredible. Used to listen to it forever, but sorry, I'm flipping through and figuring out which one of these is blown. Anyways, first of all, I have to address children today. This is a weird thing. I was gonna accidentally drop a joint on the ground or something like that because I would never give weed away to somebody. Uh, I was 18 and a hard worker, and I know what it was like. And hell, we worked for weed. So, anyways, they don't do that. Kids are weird. I don't understand it. So then I'm gonna order them pizza because they're working their ass off. One of our customers, him and some friends came over. They're helping me move because I've screwed my leg up major big time. Anyways, I don't do pizza. Weird people. I don't get it. Kids today are weird. Um, no weed, no pizza. Just like I'm on a episode of Punk. Anyways, I wanted to talk about pack rats first of all. I needed to vent. We're supposed to be purging all of our stuff, and what purging means is pack it nicely in a tote and keep it forever. Apparently, um, I shared a picture, asked for some advice earlier. You guys are a bunch of chickens, especially the ones that sent the PM. Really, I mean, come on. Um, right. You women, I call it bipolar, but they call it premenopausal. I heard a new one today, Riding the Dragon. I fucking love that. I'm going to run with that one. Anyways, so this is going to be a short cast. I just needed to vent for a minute and talk. My leg's all tweaked and I'm stuck behind my desk. I took a bunch of THC oils and I'm smoking a joint. I took 2 Advil and everything else I could possibly think of. See if I can get another 4 or 5 hours of work in a day. Everything's coming around though. I've got my shipping container moved, which sounds like an easy process, but I assure you that was fun. Fifth wheel is taken care of. We got to see her go tomorrow. Linkers came today and he's all boxed up all nice and pretty. And Bajorn came over and took Mr. Linkers oddly on the seventh anniversary of me losing my sister. That's right. That Hall's 7 years. I just can't believe it, man. I only got to know her for a little over a year because people figured they'd control my life and not let me know about my life, and that's still happening right now with my son of a bitch and motherfucking uh bio sperm daddy up in northern Idaho. And Bob, I'm pissed, and I'm gonna come for you, and I will find my other two family members. Uh, it doesn't matter if they want to like me or not. They can tell me that to their face. That's not your decision. This wasn't your decision. This wasn't my mom's decision to hide Holly from me. And I lost her after a year. So you guys can all fucking go to hell. But I miss you, sis. I do. Um, I don't know why it's so hard. A little over a year and a half, and we just connected on a mental level like nobody else. Nobody I ever have. And one thing I'll say about my two new sisters, I love them both, and they just take me for who I am. They don't try to change me, or they don't look down upon me or whatever. And one of us, I and Bobby, we do not see eye to eye on things, but we love each other, and that's how it should be. Uh, and we're not rude to each other, and we're respectful of each other, and we're learning each other, and we're getting to know each other because we didn't get to know each other for 45 years either. I'm just lucky in this case that I get the chance to know her. Uh, but anyways, so yeah, I lost Holly 7 years ago today. Uh, this is a tough one. Um, I wrote off one of my sisters down here, which Mona, because of this. I was down for her funeral, and Mona decided to lecture me on how she wasn't really my family and how ignorant it was for me to be sad that I was down here calling her my sister and going to her funeral, and how disgusting that was because she raised me and she took care of me. And no, no, my sisters, you did not raise me. You all abandoned me. And then you came over like you do, and you see me here or there for 40 minutes, and then you raised me because you want to feel better. Well, no, that's not what happened. Uh, go fuck yourselves, all of you. I need to just that needs to be my life, my motto from here forward. Go fuck yourself. And I'm sorry for the language. I just don't care anymore. Get over it. Grow a backbone. Um, so I always thought I wanted to talk about suicide for just a minute. Maybe we can help some people out. Maybe I can help somebody out that I didn't get a chance to help out in the past. For a long time, I thought suicide was the chicken shit way out, and it is a chicken shit way out. It really is. I'll let you know, Holly. As much as I love you, I'm mad at you too. Um, for the simple fact that whatever problems you were having, and they must have been some really big problems. Um, I kind of understand some of them because I'm married to some of them right now. This bipolar, sorry, riding the dragon thing. Oof. For any of you in my shoes, you know exactly what that wolf comes from. I've never had somebody have a conversation with me before, turn around, yell at me for the conversation they had for me, and then get mad at me because I didn't answer or have the right answer for the conversation they had for me that they yelled at me for. Anyways, different story, different time. Suicide. One, and I know this is weird to say about somebody that would be willing to kill themselves, but it's selfish. Uh, you leave all of your problems, all of your things, everything, for everybody else to shoulder and burden. Um, and if you are going to do the deed, people, uh, leave a note, put it in your writing, have somebody know something about it. Because to this day, I mean, other than the dragon being in town, uh, we're none of us sure, any of us, why it happened. She had everything. She, uh, she ran marathons. She ran the Boston Marathon several times. In fact, uh, Leanna, Angie's cousin, knew her from running marathons. Small world. She rode horses, and I've been researching this, and I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correctly, she won the rodeo queen. It would have been like 90, 91. She wore solid pink with white frills and was riding the rink uh, at the rodeo or at the fair. I believe I was there in 4-H, and we didn't know each other, had no idea. But for some reason, this one lady on a horse sticks out riding around the ring, and then later on, I find out she won the rodeo queen that year, or at least I'm pretty sure she did. So I have a pretty good idea that that was her, and that was some kind of. I knew that I was related to her for some reason. Just a weird little thing, but suicide, it's chicken shit. It is. You you have people on Earth fighting every day for one more breath, and a lot of the times when you suicide, um, you're taking your breaths and just wasting them. It's a sad thing, and I get it. It's mental problems, and that you're not there in the head and stuff. And I think most of the time it's probably a really bad decision. That in 1 second you could take back, but you don't get that opportunity to. So don't do it. Um, and screw yourself if you feel bad or you're down or you're horrible about yourself. I get that. I think everybody else. And I know that's a weird approach to take. I used to just, you know, I used to really, really, really bash on people that committed suicide. I did because, like I said, I've had it happen, or I haven't had it happen to me because I'm alive, but several times. But this one with Holly, this one hit me. I got to do something with this hair. It's got to turn into a mullet already. Sorry, people. Angie's going to cut it off one of these nights when I'm sleeping, and I'm not looking forward to that. Anyways, so 7 years later, we none know why she did it, and often things come up, and weird times, and sorry, maybe I shouldn't have done this one. I don't know. Get a little sidetracked. I just why? I guess I don't get that one. Uh, but anyway, she had it all. She was happy. Well, I thought she was happy. She seemed to be happy. She had her perfect house and had her happy husband, and she loved her daughter, and they had a little place up in Payette, I believe, and for just no reason at all, she left us. And I should be super mad, and I am mad, and I should call her chicken shit, and she is a chicken shit. Um, and what she did was is rude and wrong, but um, yeah. Anyways, uh, so let's not talk about her anymore. Let's just suicide. I don't get it, man. And as down as I am, as down as I've ever been, whatever's been happening to me, uh, I just couldn't do that to myself. I figure, the absolute zero in life is death. And so if you can even be at point 0.5, you're still better than death. And as bad as suicide is, and you think that's the only way out, even if it's 0.000001, it's still better than zero. So I guess I just don't get that one. And then, I knew her. Well, I didn't know her husband. I didn't, Shane. And I still don't. And, I stopped talking to Shane. Um, and he reached out to me several times, and I can't think of anything coming from it. I mean, I met this gentleman for the first time face to face at his wife's funeral. That's how we got to meet. Same with my niece and her husband, and it's just kind of, he as life goes on, he's moved on, and he remarried about a year ago, and I just can't think of any good coming from me. All I got to be doing is just bringing up bad memories to him. Same with my niece. I mean, only time we ever talked was something like this related to something. I talked with him a lot after it happened, trying to help him through it, and maybe just giving him something, sometimes if you've ever talked to a counselor, I have, and the reason I liked it is because I could have somebody that I didn't know that I could just vent to. That I was pretty sure that it wouldn't end up in a newspaper or on the board somewhere. And I think maybe I gave that to Shane. I hope I did anyway. And, but like I said, I quit talking to him just because he's remarried now. And dude, I just, he needs to move forward, not on, but forward. And I got to think I was making him move on and not forward. So, and these are all things you get to go through when somebody commits suicide. These are all decisions you got to make, and things and scenarios you got to make. I, like I said, it's something meeting I met her mom and her sister for the first time, um, at the funeral. And, her mom hated Bob too, you son of a bitch. I mean, at her funeral, you could just see the hate in that lady's eyes when she talked to me for the first time and found out who I was. Uh, we had a grandma, and I got to meet her before she passed. But I didn't get to meet her with Holly. I didn't meet her with Bobby, which Bobby, if you're listening, don't take that the wrong way. You wouldn't do that anyway, but Holly was like her favorite. Holly was the person in Boise that visited her all the time and talked to her and stuff. And I sure wish I could have, and I wish I could have with Holly. But because of selfishness, and I hate to say that, but it's true. That didn't get to happen. Um, I learned a lot of cool things. My grandpa was a biplane pilot. He was a crop duster, and he died doing it. Of course, he's a crop duster. Um, but the thing about him dying is he could have possibly hit a building, which turns out to be a hospital um, at the time, and saved his own life. But he chose to crash his plane in the field next to it to save that building. And I think I got some of that bloodline in me. I'd like to think so anyway. Um, and that's bravery and heroism, and that's what I'm talking about. Why suicide? I don't get suicide. I need to understand it. I want to understand it, and you know, Paul's changed me in a lot of ways, and she's made me a hypocrite because really, when somebody takes their own life and just gives up like that, I don't. That's not all right, and I bash on people like that. I've smashed on people like that for doing it. You're putting everybody in a really really bad spot, um, except for yourself. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to deal with it anymore. Just everybody else. Um, but at the same time, I can't be mad at her. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Uh, I don't know why it happened. Nobody does. That's the thing. 7 years later, here I am on a podcast talking to people that I don't know and people that I do know. Um, I mean, mostly because I can't walk right now. I will be though. My weed's kicking in, so uh starting to feel a lot better. So I'm probably gonna sky here pretty soon and get back to packing because there's other things going on in my life too. Um, but I needed to vent, and we were raised to not show weakness, and this is weakness, is what this is. Um, I can't do this to Anne. It's just one of those things I can't do. I love her to death, and I could. I mean, really, I could talk to her about anything, anytime, and she is the one ear that I can trust and count on more than anything in the world. But I don't like to show her weakness. And she'll hear this, and I know that's weird to say and stuff, but I'm not talking to her. And just hear me out because I just needed somebody to vent to. So maybe if you're ever thinking about suicide, you can listen to what I'm saying because I don't cry much, people, but and I'm not right now. But because she chose to take her own life, and because my family chose to deny me the rights to meet her, I got to know the greatest person in the world for about 16 months. And I have had my conversation on instant messenger with her. We talked every day. 100 times. Because that's the only conversations I'll ever have with her again. So if you're going to do it, you're going to nibble on the barrel, you're going to kill yourself. I hope you listen to this and you don't do it because you can see what it does to everybody else. And if you do it, leave a note. Explain to somebody why you did it so that there's not just this big question mark. Anyways, uh, this is a tough one, sis. I know why that damn fucking song came on the other day because it does this every year this time. I told you, Caleb and I did a podcast the other day, and this song came on. And I was like, why the hell did this song come on? This is her song. I don't know what the deal is with this song. I got a feeling it was it must have been her and Shane's song when they got together in high school, something like this. But like I said the other day, I have a weird, strange thing with wedding songs. That's right. I can tell any friend their wedding song. Uh, I don't know why. It's not like I look forward to doing it or try. It just happens. But apparently, I do the same thing with funeral songs, and they didn't say this song was anything, but they did show all the pictures and memories uh with her. I have one. I got to meet her one time up here. She came up for dinner. I got a I got a picture with her. One. It was up there. Anyways, I'm gonna go. It's just too rough. I thought I could do a little better. I apologize, but I'm gonna stick to my plan. And as always, I'm leaving it raw and I'm not cutting it. And I want to do that for a reason. Uh, like I said, if you're gonna commit suicide and you know me and you listen to this, watch this because this is, dude. I've I'll let you know. There's been a couple times I've cried in my life. One of which was at Herb's funeral. One of which, for some reason, was my wedding day. Uh, multiple reasons for that. Moving forward, I will. But um, the other one was now. So, like I said, man, really, if you're gonna do it, listen to this and know that you're hurting and you need love and you got your demons and whatever it is that you might do, you have to do. I get that. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I don't understand suicide. I've tried, and for 7 years, I'm trying harder and harder and harder, but I don't get it. Uh, I don't understand it. I just, but look at me right now on public, talking to people I don't know, talking to people I do know, my best friends, my relatives, and people I hate. And I just probably cried for like the third or fourth time in my life since I've been an adult. And it's because I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't get it. I know her life. I know her story. Or she had it all. Uh, if you are riding the dragon, as they say now, I you got to be careful with this because riding the dragon, I'm pretty sure that's like an old '60s terms for heroin, and you bipolar ladies aren't heroin addicts. You're just mentally screwed up for the next 10 years of your life. But I do like the riding dragon thing, so I'm going to stick with that because it's fun to say. Um, get some help, talk to somebody, do something, figure something out. Because, dude, I'm telling you, suicide's a bitch. So, anyways, this stupid song comes on at her funeral. I was just going through all the pictures, and you see her shoes, and she's a marathon runner, and she's got her own fitness studio, and she's happy in life helping people out. She was that positive girl that a whole bunch of her friends looked up to, and she had a whole crew. Uh, and they're all probably sitting there today. She has sisters down there. I get to meet her. I guess she's my sister now, Steph. She's down in Eden. They have a big farm. Look forward to meeting her. She hooked me up with Maxie's pizza sauce recipe the other day, and I don't know if she knows it or not, but I'm gonna hit up like 60 times for that, and no, I will not share that. Uh, I don't do that. I also have George K's Cantonese recipe that cost me an airplane flight. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Gary. Uh, but really, look at the people around you. Take 5 seconds before you pull the trigger, and think of the people around you and think of what it's going to do to everybody else in the world. And I know it's hard, and suicide's such a selfish act anyway. Why would you think of anybody else? But maybe you can think of one person that you don't want to hurt, and that's enough to stop it from happening. So maybe that's a different way to do it. As far as why suicide happens, you can tell me anything you want. I'm sure I'll get 15 people saying this, that, or the other, why this happens, and oh, they can't. But bottom of the line, like I said, zero is death. Nothing is worse than zero. So as shitty as your life is, it's not zero. No, it never, nor should it ever will be. But when you commit suicide, you might go in the negatives because you're out, you're at zero, but everybody you knew and loved, and everybody that loved and knew you, they're lost in an endless tumble for years and years. 7 years now. It seems like it was yesterday, man. I we loaded up in my Dodge. I didn't even have my custom wheels on it yet. I, uh, I we drove to Boise, and that's when the whole shit happened with Mona. And you know, there is one really good thing that came out of that trip. I got to sit down with Nurse Kelly and Butch, which are, like I said, they're my other two adoptive parents down there, and we got to have about a 2 hour conversation over coffee, and I hadn't talked to him in 20 years, and really rekindled this. We got to go to Maxie's. Of course, if I go to Twin Falls, I'm not going to Maxie's anymore, but Monterey Jackson, Kimberly, here we come. So I got to get to the other one, and then that really strengthened our relationship, and it's been wonderful through all these years talking to her and getting advice from a parent that actually cares about her children. So, anyways, I've been rambling enough. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. It's about a half hour already. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I gotta get to work. Anyways, I was talking the other day with Caleb, and I was like, dude, for whatever reason, this song comes on, and for whatever reason, something of significance, birthdays, or this song pops up, and I would never listen to this song. It's in fact the first time I heard the song was at her funeral, and why it's stuck in my head and why I know about it and why it keeps popping up in my song list is just weird because I don't think I ever put right. Eventually I did, but I never put it in my song list. And anybody that knows, I listen to a huge array of music, but this is not one of the array I listen to. So, anyways, here it is, sis. We love you. We miss you. I've talked to two of your sisters already today. I think they're pretty much in the same book as me. So we don't know why you did it, but you must have had some pretty good reasons. You're the strongest person I knew. Anyways, we love you. Bye bye.
Looking from a window above, it's like a story of love. Can you hear me? Came back only yesterday, moving farther away. Want you near me? All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Sometimes when I think of her name, when it's only a game, and I need you, listen to the words that you say. It's getting harder to stay when I see you. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. Was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I ever knew, only you. This is gonna take a long time, and I wonder what's mine. Can't take no more. Wonder if you'll understand. It's just the touch of your hand behind a closed door. All I needed was the love you gave. All I needed for another day. And all I